2020 has been a phenomenal year. Someone has to win, and someone has to drink them all to let you know who won. We are willing to do that for you. Welcome back to 1090. I am Andy. This is Todd. And when you see Todd get this excited, it could only mean one thing. We are coming to the end of Bourbon Barrel Aged Beer Month.
Sad.
Sad but fun because someone's got to line them up and taste them for you. We're going to do that tonight. We have 5 of the 7 variants from Goose Island's Bourbon County Stout release. The 2020 lot has been amazing, and we may be getting our hands on the proprietor and the birthday, so stay tuned. We will bring that to you if we get them in time.
Yes.
In the meantime, we had 5 of the 7. They were fantastic. You can go back and check out our entire playlist where we did each one of these individual reviews thoroughly. But tonight, it's not about being thorough. It's about saying, what do we love? What do we love more?
Yes.
And so we have all 5 of them. Todd, you want to tell us about what the 5 beers we're going to be sampling tonight?
I want to make this caveat. This was a fantastic year.
Excellent.
I mean,
Excellent.
So in 2019, I think we were a little bit disappointed with the variants, even the base. 2018 was amazing.
Really good.
This may be better. I think this was absolutely.
I think
there was not a bad beer in this whole lot.
No.
Not at all. And I can't wait to rank. It's going to be a very hard ranking. It's very subjective. I think when you go out there on Friday to get these, get them all that you can. You will not go wrong.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to be disappointed. And from what I hear, the proprietor has been consistently kind of closer to the bottom of that list. That anniversary is supposed to be dynamite, so I can't wait to see where they would fall into this. So, if we get them, we'll kind of slide them into where we think they would fit.
So,
but
yeah, real quick, what we have?
What we got?
Yeah, so we have the base, which we will talk about. We have the Weller Anniversary, and then we have the Caramella. We have the Kentucky Fog, and then the Special number 4. So that's the 5 of the 7 we have. We're going to rank these 5 through 1, and we'll tell you why we rank them each. So let's go through this, Andy. Let's start with our 5. Now, I think it's going to be the same for both of us. We don't know what we haven't even talked about what our ranking is. We actually have not. So my 5 is the Kentucky Fog.
Okay.
And the reason for it is when we talk about the process of adding adjuncts to this stout, we say the barrel either shines or the adjuncts. And this was an adjunct one, and I didn't think the tea shined enough. And maybe that's what they were going for. It was a subtle tea hint flavor. I didn't taste the honey. It was good. It wasn't, oh my God, like the rest of them. That's why I had it 5.
And I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah.
I'm also going to say that was the weakest of the lot. And by weak, still good. So go out and get it. But yeah, I think it reminded me a little bit of that Moncherie from last year where I wanted the flavors to come through a little bit more, and they didn't. So that's why it gets my number 5 of the list so far.
All right, my number 4. Okay, this is where it gets hard. Okay, because there's 4 here that are left that I absolutely loved for different reasons. So the question is,
I think it'll be interchangeable.
What do I like more? So when you see this ranking, don't think that the 4 is that much worse than the first. It's just what you prefer, I think, more. My 4 is going to be the Special number 4. And the reason for it is when we talked about the and it's a fantastic coffee stout, but they were supposed to be more, I thought, maple syrup in that vintage. And there wasn't, I didn't taste any really maple syrup at all. It's a great coffee stout, but when you say that you have it aged in barrels that had maple syrup in it, I didn't taste it. So that's 4 for me.
So again, I'm not going to say anything because 2 for 2, I'm actually going to agree with you. So
there you go.
I loved it.
Wow, we're agreeing. This is bad.
So let's say I'm going to throw you my number 3 and see if you're going to agree with me.
This is where I think it might change.
So
go ahead.
For me, I'm going to pull the words out that you said on our very first one, that when the base is strong, the variants
I think we're gonna be the
usually
same.
follow. I'm going with this year's original Bourbon County Stout. It was a major player. The balance was beautiful, both on the nose and the palate. The viscosity was there. It reminded me a little bit of the 17.
Yeah.
And it was just, I think it's the best since 2017.
I agree.
And that was out of the gates. Imagine what this thing is going to taste like after a year of aging. So I gave that my number 3.
I agree, and this is scary because I think well, maybe not. We have 2 left, but I'm going with my number 3 is the base 2. Now, this is the thing. This base is absolutely fantastic right out of the gate. I think you mentioned it. When you have something right out of the gate that's fresh and beautiful like that is, it's going to get better, I think, with time.
Yeah.
This thing next year, so when you go and pick this up, don't pick up 1. Pick up 2, 3, because you're going to age this. It's going to get even better. It is so well balanced. And the base just, I think it foretold our entire story here. We did this first, and we were like, oh my God, this is amazing. Yep. And it was. The whole lot was great. So this is number 3. Yep.
So then I will let you do number 2. We'll see if we can be 5 for 5, which has never happened because we don't agree.
So this is where it gets really tough. Going back and forth to what I like better. My number 2 is going to be the Weller Anniversary. It's number 2. And the only, we talked about this in the video. The Weller is a base version amped up on steroids, and that's a good thing in this respect. It tastes exactly like that, but just everything's kicked up, and that's amazing. I loved it. Go get a bottle. Go get 2 of them, actually. Drink it now, and then cellar one. Yeah, what do you think?
I would agree.
Andy, what is your number 2?
And I agree with you almost.
Oh, no, Andy.
Except,
I thought we had it all.
I mean, I could have gone back and forth, but honestly, my number 2 is the Caramella. It's my Italian beauty there.
Yeah,
it was
your
so
heritage.
good. I know. Which just lets you know just how much I loved my number 1. So, you know, that Weller was fantastic.
I can't argue
But
with
this
that.
was beautiful. This was absolutely gorgeous.
Number 2.
3 years ago, they unveiled the wheat wine. We were thinking, really? How does this fit the lot?
Yeah.
And then we're like, man, not only was it good, it was punching with the big boys. It was good. Last year, they upped it by putting the larceny barrels. It was a high wheat bourbon. It added an extra layer of sweetness to it and complexity that I absolutely loved.
Amazing.
This year, kept it in larceny and added apple, cinnamon, caramel, and you would think too sweet, right?
Nope.
It's not.
Nope.
It's balanced great. It's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm drinking on Thanksgiving.
I know you are, and I don't blame you. Who needs dessert when you have this? I mean, it was that good. The only reason it didn't win is because I think I told you, this guy,
number 1.
You said it yourself. When the base is good, everything else is elevated, and like this was the base on steroids in the Weller 12. So imagine Todd, and then imagine staying next to Jose Canseco. That's what Weller is. That's what it was.
That's true.
It was so good. I mean,
I can't argue with that.
It was big and bold and fudgy. It's resting for 2 years in that unicorn barrel, which is hard to get these days if you are bourbon hunters.
2 years.
What I'm talking about. Yeah.
It's so fudgy.
Absolutely gorgeous. I would love to know. We have another bottle of this. What this is going to taste like next year, because we already talked about how great the 2020 was out of the gates.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, and so
yeah.
And my number 1 was, of course, the Caramella. I loved it for a lot of the reasons you just said. I mean,
it's gorgeous.
It's
good.
So good. And the reason why I picked number 1, and you'll see this when you see, if you've watched our review of this, the smell was absolutely fantastic. And I think I said, God, I hope this taste mimics it.
It did.
And it does.
It did.
And you made the point. It's not too sweet. It's blended
it should have
beautifully.
Been, but it wasn't. It was gorgeous. And so it takes me to, you're right. If you're looking for which noses of the lots popped, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
The Caramella and then the Special number 4.
That's true.
Coffee. And then, so this is your dessert, and this is what you have after dessert. You have the coffee. Absolutely gorgeous. But the other ones, major players too.
I would say
really
that here's my question to you, Andy. We mentioned how 2019 we were a little bit disappointed. Not the case at all for 2020.
No, really
Listen,
strong lot.
if you guys see any of these, even though the Kentucky Fog was our 5th, it's such a unique offering. Grab it. But for the rest of these,
I would say, Todd, best since 2018.
That's what I was saying.
I mean,
I think you're probably partial because you love that bramble and the vanilla and the midnight orange.
So
but
good.
I think that the base is better than 2018. I think the Weller is better than any barrel aged from 2018. And these two right here, the coffee, well, it's not really coffee, the Special number 4, and the Caramella is certainly better than the wheat wine in 2018.
I mean, I agree with you about the Caramella, but that vanilla was just so good. And then I think about the bramble, and you know what? I think we can agree that they were both fantastic lots. And
Agreed.
you know, the 2020 did not disappoint.
Oh my God.
So let's just say this. In a year full of disappointments,
yes,
it's nice to have some bright spots. We got 5 right here, hopefully 2 more on the way.
It's gonna take,
go ahead, dude. Take some.
3 of them.
You finish these up while I do our outro, all right?
Yeah, here we go.
So while Todd finishes these, please remember, again, comment below. We'll banter back and forth with you. We love it. Tell us what your favorites are. And in the meantime, if you like what you see from 21090, please click that subscribe button, hit that little bell in the corner. I'm going to let you know every time we got a new video coming out. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and we'll put all these beauties on Untappd.
Beautiful.
We go live every Tuesday night at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. We have on breweries, distilleries, chefs, all kinds of fun guests.
So much fun.
We do giveaways. We do a beer and whiskey of the week. Good time.
If you've just seen us through Bourbon County Stout, check out our live streams every
Absolutely.
Tuesday night.
It's a good time.
We have a lot of good time.
And we have a whole lot of other playlists you can go back and look at. We do tons of beer, bourbon, and rock and roll reviews. So yeah, so all that good stuff. Stay with us for the journey. But if you're out there on Black Friday, be safe, but have fun, and grab these guys. Let us know what you
100%.
think.
We got one more coming.
More on the way.
We have one more coming.
More on the way. We're going to give you a 3-year vert so you can actually see how this base stacks up to the other 2 years, the 18 and the 19. 2 years on that 18. We'll see what a year of aging does on that 19, but should be a lot of fun. So more to come. And I had some couple surprises in December for you as well.
Oh, we do.
So, but in the meantime, pick your poison, Todd. I'm going to grab one with you.
3. I'm definitely going with caramel first.
It doesn't matter. I'll go with Seinfeld full. So, cheers, everybody.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
Cheers,
Cheers,
to
Andy.
me, apparently.
What
Triple fisting.